Good evening, everyone. How are you? I hope everyone has had a wonderful Sunday. Well, I'm getting ready to make my meat mixture for my dogs because I discovered they needed a little bit more protein. So I thought I would share this mixture with you, and hopefully this would, something you may be interested in as well. Amen. So first thing I like to do, I like to spray my pan with olive oil. So I'm going to spray. Okay. Well, maybe I think I'm out of this can, so I need to get a new can. Sorry. You don't necessarily have to use just olive oil. I also have canola oil that I use. So I either have olive oil or canola oil. Okay. Okay. So we just sprayed our pan. Okay. I have an electric stove, so I have it on 8 right now because it's up on a high setting. So these are some of the ingredients that you will need to make your mixture. First of all, and I'm sorry if it's backwards, I like to get ground turkey. This is butterball ground turkey. Hold on a second. Let me get a knife and cut the inside there. Okay. Also, I like to get ground chicken. So this is produced ground chicken. I think they have other brands out there, but make sure it's ground, okay? So I like to get the ground. So let me get my fork, which I thought I grabbed. Oh, there it is. Okay. So here we are. We got our, hope you guys can see that. Try to bring it a little closer so you guys can see. Hope you guys can see that. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit so you guys can see. I think that's about the best as I'm gonna get it. Okay. All right. So this is the ground turkey. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, the ground chicken. This is the ground turkey that I'm also gonna put in my pan, and of course we're gonna kind of, mash it around. Get some consistency there to it. Amen. Okay, so that's our ground turkey and our ground chicken. Okay, now one ingredient I'm actually missing because they didn't have any, so I apologize. Oh, I almost forgot. Now, if for me, I always add like an extra meat. So this is Johnsonville's Italian sausage, and this is the sweet. This is not the mild. I don't know how potent the mild is, so I didn't want to take any chances. So what I do is I get a small pack, and half of this has already been used because I've already made some mixture before. So I get a small pack like this, and I put it in the pan as well. I put this last, and the reason why I put it is because it's a little bit stickier, so that way I can mix it in the middle of the two meats. So I kind of like, mash it in the middle of the two meats so it won't stick, to the pan, kind of blend it in with the rest of the meat. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, like I said, one of the ingredients is missing, which is string beans. Cause I went online, and you can go online too. There may be other vegetables, but these are the vegetables that I found that were good for dogs. This is peas and carrots. I shop at Walmart a lot. This is the great value. This is about 84 cents a bag, okay? So you might want to go there and invest in some peas and carrots. Now, normally they would have the string beans, but they were out of the green beans. So they didn't have any. So the peas and carrots are fine, and I pour like a little bit of a bag on top of them, and I keep mine, let me give you a suggestion, I keep mine in a Ziploc bag in the freezer. See? Okay, so that's another thing, to kind of stir it around a little bit. Now let me show you what else I put in this mixture. I also went to the store. You know, the beef broth that's in the box container like this, and I got the reduced sodium because of course they don't need a whole lot of salt. And you know, I shake it up because I guess it separates, and then I take it and pour it in a swirl like this. There. I start on the outside until I get into the middle. Okay, and that's it. And then, lastly but not least, they also say that it's garlic. You know, the dogs can have garlic, so I get the garlic powder. Same thing, great value, and just sprinkle it just like that. That's it. I just do a little sprinkle. Okay, and we just stir it. Okay, we stir it. And make sure everything's all mixed together. Okay. Now, what I like to do is, it's kind of almost like set it and forget it, sort of. So what I do is I'll take this and I turn my stove down on low because everything is already in, and then I'll get my top and put on top of it and let it pretty much cook on its own. I kind of did that trick one day just to see, and it actually works. So what I do, the trick is you got to turn it down low and then kind of let it sit there and let it do its thing. So in the meantime, between time, I could give you a quick tip on how to do things, you know, as far as throwing away. Most of the time, especially when you have meat, you know, the trays and stuff that you use, I have a lot of these bags that I use. So what I do is I'll take them, turn the camera just a little bit this way. I take them and I put them inside of a Ziploc bag. I mean, a regular, you know, a plastic bag. And especially, you know, if you're not going to take it outside, a lot of times, you know, when you leave stuff, and of course, it sits out, it's going to start smelling. But prevent the smell, put it inside 2 bags. That way, you won't smell the tray. And there you are. Voila. See? I thank God for Ziploc bags. They come in so handy. So what I do is when I open a bag of the vegetables that I use for the dogs, I take this and I place this inside of a Ziploc bag once I've opened it, and just stick it in the freezer. And then, as a matter of fact, you can put both bags of vegetables. So if you had the carrots and the string beans, put them both in the same bag. And guess what? All you do is grab this whole entire bag and bring it with you to the when you get ready to cook. Okay? So I'm gonna turn this back to our mixture here. Hope you guys can see that. I'm trying to get it where you guys can see. Okay? Alright, so it's still in here cooking. Okay, and then while you're waiting for this to cook, you can put all of your other ingredients back up. So I'm putting these things away. Okay. I'm putting these things away. There. And actually, by the way, folks, this is the same thing. This is regular, everyday food that we consume ourselves as humans. Okay. So it's okay. Now, if you can see how it's looking, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go through, because you have some raw parts in here, okay? You have some raw parts in there that we want to make sure they get cooked as well. So what you do is you let it cook maybe about, I'd say maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes on the low setting, and then you go back in and you kind of scour the pan and look and see if there are any raw parts that are still left that have not been cooked. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you, be extremely careful, particularly if you leave. Now, I haven't had this on the top very long, so when I opened it, it's not as hot that I'm able to do this, because sometimes if I leave it on longer and you open the pan, it's going to be like extremely hot, even though you do have the top off, because the heat, you know, has been able to build up. But right now, because I've only had this in maybe about a couple of minutes, you know, I can go ahead and do this right now, which will probably be wise. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep stirring around. You keep checking for, which I did have a few raw parts. Okay. And the beautiful part of this does not take long, guys. This doesn't take long to cook at all. It really doesn't. You know? Now I have 3 dogs here, so this mixture of pot, if you mixed up this much, if you have one dog, it'll probably last you maybe about 2 or 3 days. But for myself, I have 3 dogs, so this is probably good for maybe a cup, maybe a day. Well, this is be a late dinner part of this, and then in the morning they'll have this for breakfast. But depending on how much you put in the bowl, that's what makes the difference. Okay, so we're gonna let that cook a little bit more. I'm gonna drink my water because I don't want life to get on me. She always tells you about drink your water. Oh, that's good. Okay, great. So those are this is a very good recipe. Um, I recommend it to you guys for cooking if you want your dogs to have protein. Because I'm not sure in all this other stuff that they have and the ingredients and everything, but I still feed my dog food, and the dog food that I give my dogs is on the recommended dog food list per my vet, and which is IMS, and I give them the IMS healthy weight for them, and it's got probiotics stuff like that in it. Um, so I want to make sure my dogs are good. My dogs, all 3 of them are seniors, so I have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, once this is done, okay, so let's go again. We done waited a few minutes, and like I said, this does not take long at all. It really doesn't. Okay. So here we're gonna stir this up again, and I think it looks like we are good, guys. Yeah, we are great. Okay, we are great. We are great. So I want you guys to get a close up. You can see. Well, wait a minute. I was trying to do it close up, but I don't think that's not gonna work because of the position of my tablet. Okay, and that's the way it looks, guys. See, it's all done. All done. So what so now we'll put a top on it. Now what you can do, let's say if you want, you need to serve this to your, fixing your dog's food, what I'd suggest is putting maybe about a couple of tablespoons full in the bowl, or maybe 3. It just depends. And then you're going to put so much dog food in it because you want them to get more of the meat out. Because, like I said, I serve human food and dog food because I don't want my dogs to just get acclimated just to the human food and don't eat the dog food. Okay? Okay. All right. All right. Well, hey guys, I just want to thank you for watching. I hope this will be helpful to you for your dogs if you're looking and wanting something to cook for your dogs. Amen. So this is Evangelist G, dog cook extraordinaire, and I thank God for you. Thank you for joining me as I live my best life. Amen. Amen. See you later, guys. Love you. Bye.